intelligence. By the end of this assignment, only one will have fulfilled his mission to become the Master Spy. With Jenny Lee Wright as the inscrutable Miss Moneypacker, here now is the man in control, your resident spy master, William Franklin.
Good evening. You could be excused for believing that what you're about to see is in fact a photograph. It is in fact moving film. It was taken by an undercover agent inside the French embassy in Bosnovia. It's worth watching. The man behind the desk is the unfortunate recipient of nerve gas, which causes partial and temporary paralysis of the senses and leaves the body totally rigid. Its use as an aid to espionage is both sinister and alarming, and our 4 special agents chosen to foil the perpetrators will need insight, intelligence, and instinct. Moneypacker, could we have the first agent in for screening?
Certainly, Major. Agent Barry Harvey is 21, single. He comes from London, and he works for the Ministry of Defence as a computer programmer.
Good evening, Harvey. Good to have you with us. I see that you're with the Ministry of Defence.
That's correct, sir.
Classified?
Correct, sir.
Something you can't talk about at all?
No, I'd rather not, sir.
Well, that's a good start for the evening. But in amongst this world of secrecy, you also, I gather, play the guitar in restaurants.
Yes, a little while ago, I used to play in restaurants and wine bars around the area where I live.
You say a little while ago. Have you stopped doing it?
Yes, now it's mainly for fun.
I see. Well, to jump to another world altogether, the twisted logic that exists in the world of espionage is about to be put before you in the form of a test. On the basis that white always says what it means and black always says the opposite, take these 3 frogmen with their underwater equipment. Which of the 3 do you think could stay underwater the longest? You have 10 seconds from now. You're quite sure? Don't let me put you off. Right? In a few moments, all will be revealed. Would you like to go over to base there, take the chair on the left?
Agent Ian Stevenson is a 30-year-old banker. He's married with 2 children, and he comes from Wimborne in Dorset.
Hello, Agent Stevenson. You went on a circuitous route to Wimborne, because you started, I believe, you were born in Belfast?
That's right, sir.
And you spent some time in Rhodesia?
Yes, sir.
What were you doing there?
I went for a period of a year. I went out with my parents some 20 years ago, and unfortunately, we had to return after a year for 1 or 2 problems we had. Firstly, we went to a game reserve. My mother suffered from bites. Pretty dangerous bites, I understand.
I see.
And the other problem was we went to Victoria Falls, the usual tourist thing to do, and there was no water. It was a dry season, most disappointing, so we were pretty well disillusioned with the whole thing.
Yes, I see. And in fact, the bugs that actually bit your mother perhaps had some foreknowledge of what might happen in the future.
Right,
so it
yes.
turned out to be very fortuitous. Well, I'm very glad you made it after all that. Now, here's something to test your mental dexterity. I'd like you to consider these 3 figures, frogmen, as you can see, with their underwater equipment, on the basis that white always says what it means and black says the opposite of what it means. Which of these 3 frogmen do you think could stay underwater the longest? And you have 10 seconds as from now.
The centre one.
Right? That's very interesting. In a minute, all will be revealed. Would you like to join your colleague back at base over there?
Yep.
Agent Sue Ashdown comes from Haworth. She's married with 2 children, and she's a vicar's wife.
Hello, touchdown. You've come a long way from Howth country. That's at least Bronte country outside Howth, right?
That's right, Em.
Here's a chance for you to apply your powers of logic, on the basis that white always means what it says and black means the opposite. There are 3 frogmen here with their diving equipment on. On the basis of what I've told you, which of those frogmen do you think could stay underwater the longest? And you have 10 seconds as from now.
That one.
This one here?
Yes.
Right. In a moment, all will be revealed, as they say. Would you return to pace and join your colleagues over there?
Agent David Wilson is a 28-year-old surveyor. He's married and he comes from County Down in Northern Ireland.
Wilson, like one of your colleagues who started in Belfast, you still live there. Well, you also speak 3 languages, or parts of 3 languages, French, Spanish, and German. You also fly. What is the most difficult aircraft for maneuvering that you've come across?
In my travels so far, probably Concorde.
I mean, looping a loop in the Concorde's quite tricky.
Fairly difficult.
Yeah. Now, we'd like you to solve a problem of reverse logic. On the basis that white always says what it means and black says the opposite to what it means, there are 3 frogmen there with their underwater equipment. Which of these 3 frogmen do you think would stay down the longest? You have 10 seconds from now.
That one.
It can now be told, as all your colleagues have done it, that is perfectly correct. For the benefit of anybody who didn't quite get it, you can see that the black empty, it becomes a full, half full is a half empty, which is the same in exact. So that one, in fact, has the greater content in it. Thank you, Moneypacker. And now to tonight's assignment. Of the many dark deeds perpetrated in the name of espionage, this man has done more than his fair share. His name is Theo Geller. He has, in fact, creamed off some of the greatest secrets in all time. In fact, he has no equal in that area. Here we have Professor Kleiderhoff, who is one of the leading authorities on biochemistry. Well, Geller, by blackmailing him, has in fact obtained a portion of the nerve gas. You saw it earlier, and the use of it. It's called zapathane. It's otherwise known as ZP7. Now, Geller's chief operation is to cream off the top secrets of the entire country, and with zapathane at his hand, he will be almost unstoppable. We happen to know the professor is in South America, so that means that Geller has to smuggle the nerve gas into this country. Your mission, quite simply, is to locate that gas and get hold of it before he can undermine our national security. Now, would you pay very close attention to Moneypacker while she explains your cover?
Thank you, Major. Intelligence suggests that Geller will bring his supply of ZP7 into the country by sea. This is why you will adopt the cover of marine biologists. This will allow you free access to all seaboard locations. Now, we hope you've researched your subject thoroughly, as Geller is a very shrewd operator and he'll soon find a chink in your armor. So now, we must test your ability to make your cover stand up under duress. Agent Harvey, would you like to be the first for the chair and interrogation?
You are required to answer 5 questions at speed and with complete conviction, because even if you answer wrongly, you will be credited for marks for your unshakable competence. Are you ready, Agent Harvey?
I am, sir.
What is a Clupea harengus?
A herring, sir.
Correct. What do you call the breathing and food tubes of a shellfish?
Siphons.
Correct. Flowing northwards off the west coast of southern Africa is a cold water current. What's its name?
The Benguela current.
Correct. Dolphins are very intelligent creatures, but what's so remarkable about their eye?
They have an eyelid, unlike other things, sir.
Yes, that's perfectly correct. You're on a trawler when a creature hotly pursued by a dolphin leaps over the bow of the boat and lands 40 yards away. What is this creature likely to be?
That's a flying squid, sir. It's misnomer because it doesn't actually fly, it glides.
Oh, very good. You've given me extra information for which I'm very grateful. Thank you.
Agent Harvey has scored 25 out of a possible 25 maximum points.
Agent Stevenson, you take the chair. Still in the area of marine biology and not the Irish cinema, what is a phylum?
Phylum is a classification of creatures which have similar form.
Absolutely correct. Give me the binominal name for a pilchard.
Sardina pilchardus.
Absolutely correct. If you added together 4 quarts of water, 3½ ounces of common salt, 1/4 ounce of Epsom salts, 200 troy grams of chloride of magnesium, 4 troy grams of chloride of potassium, what would you get?
1 gallon of seawater.
That's excellent. What colour is a lampern?
A lampern is of the gurnard family, the lamprey family to be specific, and it has a slate blue upper and the underneath is white.
Absolutely correct. Can you name Britain's rarest starfish?
The knotted cushion starfish.
The knotty cushion starfish is correct.
Agent Stevenson has got 25 out of 25 total marks.
You take the chair, Ashdown. Your first question. While snorkeling on the surface of the sea, your body is exposed to 1 atmosphere. How many pounds per square inch pressure is an atmosphere?
15 pounds.
Correct. Octopodi, what phylum do they belong to?
Phylum Mollusca.
Correct. You may want to do some research in the Indian Ocean, but do you know how many square miles it covers?
Well, approximately 28,500,000 square miles.
That's almost to the nearest mile correct. Listen to this. One-celled plants composing of silica. What am I describing?
A sea pin.
A what?
A diatom.
A diatom, absolutely correct. If I shouted, hippocampus, hippocampus.
A seahorse.
I've seen a seahorse,
Yes.
You're quite correct.
Agent Ashdown has also scored 25 out of a possible 25.
Agent Wilson, will you take the chair? All right, Wilson, we're still with marine biology. It's a well-known fact you can get Gadus morhuia at any fish and chip shop. What is it?
Cod.
Correct. What marine organisms would you find in the phylum Prolifera?
Sea sponges.
Correct. What creature is sometimes known as the sea egg and can swivel the spines on its back at will?
Sea urchin.
Correct. You're skin diving in the Aegean Sea at about 20 meters down. How many atmospheres is your body exposed to?
20.
No,
10.
3. 3. For every 10 meters descent, there's 1 pressure, and there's a pressure of 1 atmosphere on the surface. What, and this is your final question, what is a scarlet dorus?
Sea slug.
Yes, that's absolutely correct, a sea slug.
Agent Wilson has scored 20 out of a possible 25, plus 1 for confidence, which is a total of 21.
Would you like to return to base? Now, the most likely base for Geller's operation will be upriver above a busy estuary. So to follow him in and out, we'll need a good knowledge of seamanship and a fair smattering on radar, which is the substance of our next test. Would you like to turn your chairs to the right? Harvey, would you like to come and sit in front of this radar screen? And Stevenson, will you stand behind the helm? Now, it's a foggy night. You bring your boat into the estuary in the northeast corner up there, which is represented by that light. You can see from the coastline, the map of the coastline, that the harbour is cluttered with boats at anchor, mooring buoys, and natural impedimenta. Working as a team with your helmsman, Stevenson, your job is to steer the most direct course from your entry in the northeast to your mooring buoy down here in the west. En route, you must go through 4 sets of marker buoys. Is that quite clear? And another thing I must add is that when your helmsman is operating, that light moves 5 lights electronically, and then it stops. And that's when you must make your decision whether to go north, south, east, or west. Moneypacker?
Thank you, Major. Agent Stevenson, you must steer your helm with the directions given by Agent Harvey. You do realize you have north, south, east, and west. And also, when you flip the helm, just let it flip back to its place. Don't hold it in position. You have actually 1 minute and 30 seconds. Okay, Major, over to you.
Right. Stand by to cast off. Off you go.
West. North.
Rather unfortunate. Now, apart from hull repairs, I think you ought to retire pretty quickly.
South. South.
Yes.
West. North. West. South. South. West. North. West, and hold it there. Hold on the west. And again.
Right, well, that's very good. Apart from that slip up at the beginning, you have actually made your mooring buoy in under the time prescribed. Money packer?
Agent Stevenson and Agent Harvey, would you like to return to your seats? And can we have Agent Ashdown and Agent Wilson? Ashdown to Major, and Agent Wilson, would you like to come to the helm?
Stand by to set sail. Off you go.
West. West. South. And again, south. West. Again, west. Again, west. Ooh.
Yes, you've managed to avoid the rocks there.
4 sets, you said.
4 sets, I'm afraid, yes.
North. East.
East, we are getting into that island, I know. Unfortunately, there's no underground rivers there or anything. You put yourself in an ideal position in one way, but what would you like to do?
How many things is 2, haven't I?
Yes. Remember, it is the shortest route. If you wander around the bay indefinitely,
Yes.
it will tend to disqualify you.
I think we'll go south.
South.
Yes.
Helmsman. It's rather bad luck that Agent Wilson, who was in the RNR, was not able to actually see where he was steering. Would you like to return to base? And while they're returning to base, we'll have the latest markup on their rating.
If you'd like to turn around, we'll just have a look at the computer, and it's telling us that we have a joint lead at the moment with Harvey and Stevenson at 43. Then Agent Wilson is next with 35, and Agent Ashdown has 29. Which means, I'm afraid, that Agent Ashdown must be eliminated from tonight's assignment.
Well, we're very sorry to lose you from the mission at this stage, but to show our gratitude from the department for your work, would you report to Miss Moneypacker?
Agent Ashdown, this high-quality cassette recorder works off mains and batteries. It also incorporates its own microphone and automatic level control. It comes with our thanks, and thank you for joining us on this assignment.
Thank you very much. I've enjoyed it. Thank
Very good. Glad you have. Okay? Thank you very much.
3 agents are left to complete the mission, but before they can go out into the field or into the estuaries, they must penetrate the disguise of our well-known undercover agent. If you think you've seen through the disguise, keep it to yourself for a couple of minutes when we return with the Masterspy.
Rain and melted snow filter down through the glacial sands to form one of the world's purest mineral water springs, here in these mountains, the French Alps. All we at Evian do is bottle it, so that you don't have to go to the Alps to drink it.
Anne Nightingale, busy disc jockey and journalist.
It's great to come home to a nice quick cooker, isn't it? I can put the food in the oven in the morning, set the automatic cooking controls, and it's ready for when I want it. Turn on the gas, and I'm cooking straight away.
Good evening, Agent Derricks. Would you kindly make your report?
Theo Geller flew into Heathrow Airport last night from Brazil. He hired a car. I tailed him east up the M4, then out of London on the A2. Even his eventual destination had a ring of foreboding. It was Gravesend.
Thank you for your very concise report, Agent X. Thank you for the photographs. Yes, espionage photographs of fashion quality, indeed. Would you arrange for those to be screened while our three remaining agents try and penetrate the disguise of our special contact? Now, you can ask as many questions as you like in any order. Every time you make our agent, who is obviously a woman, say yes, you get a point. If you get the wrong answer, you lose 5 points, and if you get the right one, you gain 5 points. You have 30 seconds from now.
Are you British?
I think so.
Are you an actress?
Hardly.
You've never been an actress?
Vaguely.
Are you a singer?
Oh, no.
Stevenson's doing all the work. Anybody else want to throw in anything?
Can I have a guess?
It's up to you. You lose 5 points if it's wrong.
Is it Katie Boyle?
You have actually, as they say, gained 5 points. Not to put you in final point. Thank you, Miss Boyle. Underneath all that chiffon was indeed Katie Boyle. Italian by descent, British in every other way. Thank you very much for that comprehensive.
I hope that'll have done a lot for my new image.
Indeed it will.
And good luck with your mission.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your magnificent photographs. Now you have a chance to look at this photographic intelligence. So I want you to turn your chairs round and observe these photographs very carefully, because you're going to be questioned on them after.
Not surprisingly, Geller had taken the trouble to change his appearance. He made 3 telephone calls, and when he came out of the box, he went to the boot of his car and took out a duffel bag. It was exactly 10:35 on a wet and windy morning. 10 minutes later, he was heading for the riverside and arrived at the ferry just as the ship was about to turn round for Tilbury. Once on board, he was met by a seaman. What's this, I thought? Snap? Clearly, the 2 men were party to a business transaction, and with 15 10-pound notes changing hands, business must be brisk. What happened next came as no great shock. Sure enough, the switch had been made, and it's my guess that whatever the nerve gas was in the black duffel bag. I followed him to the shop, and the sign over the window looked newly painted. Where had I seen that name before? The pieces were beginning to fit. This was the name Geller had used when he first hired the car. At this point, I decided to return to base. I don't mind trailing dangerous spies, but lady traffic wardens frighten me to death.
Gentlemen, would you like to take the stand? You see how much of that photographic intelligence you've managed to absorb. For correct answer, you score 5 points. Agent Harvey, how has Theo Geller changed his appearance since we first saw him?
I'm sorry.
Beard and dark glasses. What time did Geller come out of the phone box?
10:35.
Correct. What was the name of the shipping line running the ferryboat service from Gravesend?
It was the British Rail.
Correct. Where was the white duffel bag last time we saw it?
With the second sailor on board ship. The contact for the agent.
On the deck of the ship, that was correct. Agent Stevenson, how many calls did Geller make from the phone box?
2.
3, I'm afraid. What time was it when he boarded the ship?
11:15.
It was 10:45. How many stories are there over the top of the marine sports shop?
2.
Correct. What name did Geller use when he hired his car?
Barnett.
Correct. Agent Wilson, what did Geller take out of the boot of his car?
Suitcase.
No, it was a white duffel bag. The ferry ship was named after a lady. What was her name?
Edith.
Correct. Apart from getting a parking ticket, in what other way did Geller break the traffic law?
He mounted the pavement.
That is correct. How much money did Geller give the seaman?
£15, according to you. £20, according to me.
And £150 according to the script. I'm sorry about that, Wilson, but you don't get feed lines like that every day, do you? Well, right, Moneypacker, take over.
Certainly, Major. We've managed to plant a number of bugging devices in the aqua sport shop, and your next problem is to listen to this tape recording, and you must build up a picture of what Geller is doing in the shop by listening to the sounds, okay? Agent Harvey, would you like to come up to the table? Would you like to put on the headset? And I want you to listen and describe the scene. Describe all the sounds you're hearing.
As it's happening, or?
As it's happening, yes, I think that's the best thing. Take a guess if you're not sure. Off we go.
Clocking up something on the till. Using an adding machine. He's scrunching up a piece of paper. No, sorry.
No, I don't. Listen on.
Having a cigarette by the sound of that.
Good.
Making a telephone call.
Any guess on the last one?
Slamming the receiver down.
Very good. Like to take off the headset. You missed the first one, which was actually a typewriter, so I can't give you any points for that. The second one was the paper coming out of the carriage of the typewriter and the paper being screwed up, so you get 5 for that. You eventually got the cigarette lighter, thank goodness. It was being lit 3 times and then a drawer on the cigarette. The phone was right pressing out 7 numbers on the phone, and also there was a high-pitched buzz and receiver going down. So that's 20 points out of a possible 25. Well done. Let's sit down. Agent Stevenson, listen carefully and try and describe the scene and take a guess if you're not quite sure what the sounds are. All set and ready? Yep. Off we go.
Solar! Solar!
Opening door. Somebody approaching, walking.
Correct.
Ich habe diese schon vor einer halben Stunde verlangt.
Conversation.
Good, good. Very observant.
Pouring water, or pouring a drink. A clash of a teaspoon. Unwrapping a packet of biscuits. Putting sugar in some tea.
Very good. I think we can... like to take off the headset. The first one was correct, door being open. The second one was right. Footsteps on a hard floor. You missed the metal tray with crockery. There was a crockery sound as the metal tray went down. It was actually tea being poured in a cup. Well, they tell me it's tea, but it's water as far as we're concerned. And it was sugar being unwrapped, which you said biscuits, but you got something going into a cup, so I think I'll give you 5 points for that. So that's 20 out of 25. Well done. Agent Wilson, you're next for the sounds. Describe the scene as you go along, and take a bash if you're not quite sure. It's always interesting. Off you go.
Es ist kalt hier drinnen. Machen Sie doch etwa die Heizung an.
Hope you speak German.
Somebody speaking German. Somebody driving away in a car, into gear, driving away.
Give it a go.
No, it's a fan. Somebody walking up or downstairs. Possible. Somebody closing a door.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody moving boxes or something, kicking something. A tin can falling. Bottles jangling. He's lifting bottles. A bottle was opened.
Okay, like to take off the headset. And Agent Wilson, you got the fan. It was actually the fan being plugged in and then the fan revolving. 5 points. You've got the footsteps, which is correct. I'm not quite sure what to do about... I don't think you really got the chair sliding on the floor, did we? The metal... It was actually a metal locker door being opened, which you didn't get either, but you did get the chink of the bottles and the cork being opened. That's 15 out of 25. Well done. Like to sit down?
Now, after those soundings, we'll get the latest state of play from our scoreboard.
OK, Major, at this critical stage in the game, Agent Harvey is leading with 78, Agent Stevenson has 73, and Agent Wilson has 65. Which means, I'm afraid, that Agent Wilson must be eliminated from tonight's assignment.
Well, Agent Wilson, it's been a good scrap. We're sorry to lose you by the quayside, as it were. If you go over to Moneypacker, though, she'll see that your journey was worth it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Agent Wilson? We'd like you to accept these really two superb pieces of luggage. They're specially designed for flight travel. There's a leather briefcase with brass fittings, and this is a very nice flight case, and both have very nice quality combination locks on them. Thank you for joining us, and good luck in your less hazardous pursuits. Congratulations. Okay, like to say.
2 agents are left to complete the mission. These are your orders for your eyes only. Observe them to the letter. Keep in contact with us, but what is most important is don't let Geller see you, or your mission could end very abruptly. We will keep track of you on our communication console, and good luck to both of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, sir.
Right, that way. Right, Moneypacker, can you bring us up to date with the latest intelligence reports?
Certainly, Major. Agents Harvey and Stevenson have entered the Aquasport shop and under their agreed cover on the pretext of purchasing skin diving equipment. Geller is busy attending to another customer, so any second now they should gain access to the storeroom behind the shop where we think the nerve gas is most likely to be located.
Here they are now. Control to Catfish. We can now tell you that the ZP7 is contained in a section of Aqualung unit. You would do well to remember the reverse logic test.
Take cover, take quickly. Agents Harvey and Stevenson into cover quickly.
And above all,
Hello? Zeit, sir, and not before time. Now here are your instructions. You ring 67576 and give the code word. The code word is in the usual place. Hang on. Hello? Yes, it's definitely there. I've just looked at it. No, you idiot. You ring 67576. Give the code word, and they will tell you where the second key is. The first key. Just a minute. Hello? Yes, it's there waiting for you. Now you won't forget, the first key opens the second cupboard and vice versa, okay? And don't make any mistakes. I'll close up the shop now, and I'll meet you at midnight in Whitehall.
Control to Catfish, you are now clear to complete your mission.
Agent Harvey, please listen. Both of you listen, don't start searching, please listen to me. Agent Harvey, you have the highest rating so far, so the option to proceed is yours. We shall monitor your progress, and if you make a mistake, we shall stop you, and Agent Stevenson will take over. Now, time is against you, and you must move fast. Agent Harvey, off you go.
Yeah, I heard this buzzing when he's looking for the first key.
You've made a mistake, Agent Harvey, actually.
Take over, Stevenson.
Stevenson, just think and then act.
We're going to try something. I heard, is it?
Right.
I have the sign.
What does the word say?
Molasses.
Right, carry on.
Thank you.
What number are you dialing?
67576.
Correct.
Hello. Molasses. Thank you. filing cabinet.
What are you looking for?
I'm opening it, and I think there is further information in here, something which is lockable. So I have the key for it. Found nothing as yet.
Oh.
What are you actually looking for?
What are you looking for?
Another clue.
Another clue?
Another clue.
No, I'm afraid Agent Harvey must take over. You're not looking for a clue. Harvey, what are you going to look for?
There is a key in here somewhere.
Right. I don't think it's filed on the key. You may have to use a certain amount of ingenuity. Yes. Right, you've lost your track. Stevenson, take over again.
Right, sir.
That filing cabinet has got to be looked at.
Ah, well
I've actually
done.
done it. Right. Now, what are you going to do now?
I'm going to look for a piece of underwater swimming equipment,
Right.
which is
Yes.
lockable.
What are those keys for? Harvey?
What are you looking for?
A lock that will match this key. I found
Well, that might be... That's it. Okay, Harvey, proceed. Now, which key? Remember your reverse logic. He very generously helped you, I think.
Which key are you using?
the black key.
Yes, you were right. What a noble man Stevenson is. He'd be good for the firm, I think.
Absolutely, sir.
Well, I'll think the man we want.
Small problems in opening, sir.
Which key are you using?
The black key.
Give it a kick.
Can you not open it? Stevenson, take over. Let's see if he's the top safe picker he should be.
What key are you trying to get into that lock?
I've just checked the number, sir, and the number does agree. The black key number does agree with the lock.
Well, you've done it. Now what are you going to do? Have another key, have you?
Another key, yes.
That's right.
The white key I have.
That's it. Open. And then what are you going to do?
Go for the middle tank.
You're going for the middle tank. You are wrong, I'm afraid. Harvey.
The black tank marked empty, sir.
That's right. Grab it. Well done. You've completed the mission. All you have to do now is return to base.
Agent Stevenson, I'm sorry you failed the glass fence. We would like you to open the cupboard by the red containers, the left-hand cupboard. That's right, and inside you'll find a single lens reflex camera with exclusive automatic light compensation fitted with an electronic flash unit. Please accept it with our very grateful thanks for your very worthy efforts.
Thank you very much.
Well,
it was a tight finish, Harvey, but you have well and truly earned the title of the Masterspy. Moneypacker?
You've also earned the department's undying gratitude, which comes to you in the shape of this very, very beautiful, precision-made 8mm cine camera, which has a zoom lens and automatic exposure control. Congratulations. Thank you very much. It's a lovely camera, actually. Beautiful.
Night all can continue to sleep peacefully in their beds. Meanwhile, we hope you'll join us next week for another assignment in The Masterspy.